Hey folks, thanks for tuning back in. So the last two videos you would have seen how I constructed the A-frame and then the deck foundation. In this video I'm going to talk to you about how I installed the deck boards and then also constructed the stairs. So stay tuned and stay tuned for the other videos as well that are coming up. Once I complete this, I'm also going to show you how I did the railings and the deck extension. So hopefully you find these videos very useful. If you did like them, I would appreciate if you could like and hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. So as you see here, this is what we're trying to shoot for. I need 3 steps that I could basically climb over and slide from the top. In this, I've actually kept the slide on top of those steps. And this is how the height is going to look like, the final height. This is the side view. And then I'll just show you the front view as well. Fairly good inclination, right? So this is our end result, and I'll walk you through the step-by-step process of how I did the steps in this video. So these are the steps that I want to construct. As you're seeing here, the first one is 38 inches, followed by 27 inches and 16 inches in width, one on top of the other. The way they're going to look like is basically 3 separate boxes. As you're seeing at the bottom, those are the 3 that are going to be constructed and placed on top. So now they're going to be held inside with those vertical and the diagonal bracing 2x4s that you're seeing inside. So those are basically going to hold them all together, right? So I'm going to walk you step by step through how I went about doing this. The next set of steps is fairly repetitive. What I'm doing is I'm cutting 2x6, putting it onto the foundation, deck foundation, and screwing it in with my screws, 2 on each end, so about 6 screws to hold them together. And then I'm spacing the 2x6s between each others by using a screw so that there's a small gap between the 2x6s. As you're seeing here, I'm measuring, cutting, and then anchoring. So I'm going to finish laying these boards onto 70% of the whole length of the deck foundation. So that the result you're going to see is something like this, where you're seeing the boards running up next to the legs on the front. And on the front, I anchor another piece of 2x4 on top of the deck foundation. So this is the end result before the steps. So now I finished the box on the left hand side, the 48 inches length and 28 inches depth. This would be the first step. So I finished it and then I placed it on top of the deck foundation, and I found that it's actually hitting the right A-frame. What I failed to account for is the fact that the right side A-frame inclines and goes up, so that spacing is not correct, so I would need to now adjust this. The way I need to fix this is first get that measurement until the A-frame, which is about 22 inches. And then what I need to do is on my box, I need to attach a 2x4, which is about 14 inches and overlaps the 22 inches by a couple of inches. And then screw them together. And exactly at the 22-inch mark, I want to make a cut so that the box now looks like this. In this way, what it would do is then fit within that frame so the steps can actually fit in there. So you're seeing the 2x4 anchored there at the bottom, and then what I'm doing is I'm measuring where exactly I need to make the cut. So once I mark that, what I would then be doing is with a circular saw, chopping that piece off so that you have that kind of wedge in between. I'm going to place it and see if all the measurements are fine. So I'm putting it in between the two A-frames, aligning it. And there you go, it fits perfectly. This shows the picture of the different angles from the side, and then from the front, and from the other side, which shows that the box is fitting perfectly within that measurement. Now I'm going to be putting the centerpiece in. As you're seeing there, I marked the center, and then I'm using a rubber mallet to tap it in, align it between the two sides, make it completely level. It involves a little bit of fidgeting with the mallet to make sure that it's completely straight. And then I'm going to be screwing it into the support 2x6s using 2 screws on each side. So there are about 4 screws to support this. Now this shows you the completed picture, shows you how everything is even and aligned and fits within that notch that we cut over there on the right hand side. So one thing you want to be sure about is on the left hand side and the right hand side, you're seeing the 2 circles, right? So the step is resting on those 2 pieces. So you want to make sure that the 2x6 is overlapping the step on the left side as well as on the right side, so that it actually is supported against something, and then you can screw it from the bottom to hold it all together. I'll show you the screwing sequence in a little bit, but you just want to make sure that slight overhang is there on both sides so the step can rest on it. This will be the same across all the steps that I'm going to be constructing. So I finished the second step as well, and then now I'm going to be putting the third step on top of that. So you're going to see the sequence of events where I'm putting the plank and then the step and then screwing everything together, and that will complete the full step assembly. I'm just going to stand on this to see how stable the whole assembly is. As you're seeing there, I'm just standing on it. It's fairly stable. Now what I'm going to do next is I've got to anchor all of those in with the bracing that I need to do inside to hold all of them together. So this shows you how the screws would need to be done from the bottom into the planks and the steps supporting each other at the top to hold them all together. This picture shows you the bracing that needs to be added inside, the vertical and the diagonal bracing. So in order to do this, I'll have to go through the bottom to do it. So in the next picture, I'm going to show you the access points at the bottom that I have. The red lines are showing you the access points I have from the bottom, where I could go in and add that bracing and the supporting screws. You would see that next. this shows the completed deck with the stairs. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this part was useful. In the first part, we covered the construction of the A-frame, and then we talked about the deck foundation. And in this part, I covered the actual creation of the deck as well as the stairs. So in the next part or parts, I would basically cover the railing installation as well as the deck extension. So hopefully this was useful. So stay tuned and watch the whole series. And I would really appreciate if you could like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for watching.